Good morning, boys and girls, ladies and gents. Welcome to Kitchen Table Talk with Corey Wesley. I am live and in living color from New York, Harlem, to be exact. As you can tell, I'm a little somber, aggravated, frustrated. I haven't done a video because I don't want to cry on camera. I don't think it's appropriate when you're trying to get your point across, although when your true emotions are raw, it is something you can't control, and you can see it in my eyes. I'm sad where our country is. I'm also sad to see all the violence. There could be a debate. I don't condone violence. I understand that where the looting comes from, but it also, after a certain point, we lose our point of why we're angry. Also, I've noticed a lot on my feeds, a lot of our allies arguing amongst themselves about the wrong thing. You guys can't be arguing about looting and vandalism because you're changing the narrative. And even amongst ourselves, when we, the black and browns, people in this country, we cannot worry. Yes, we got to get the looting and everything. Everybody's anger is at 1,000, and we need to get it down. And I get that, but we can't get it down when we're arguing about what's right, what's wrong, looting, vandalism, because then you're changing the narrative. And as a black man, I wore this on purpose today for this video to show you, if I wore this like this in the street as a black man, I could be shot. My Caucasian brothers and sisters would not. So please, let's not change the narrative of what is truly happening in our country. We had 4 black people get killed by police officers within a short period of time, and we were in a pandemic. We had a person running down the street, minding his business, got shot. Brianna was in her house, and she got shot at her own damn house. You got Mr. George Floyd, a knee on his neck, and then and not a death, but you had the Central Park guy, Mr. Cooper, bird watching, asked somebody to put a leash on her dog, and she went into a frenzy to call the cops, and then those things are used, 911 tapes are used in court. And if there were no witnesses and no tape, a Harvard grad might have been in jail. So please, I'm asking everyone to calm down as I'm trying to calm myself down. I can't yell to get my point, and that's also why I'm using my Black Excellence Month today, because I'm a black man. I have never been vocal about racism. However, I have experienced it as a black gay man. I have experienced racism beyond your belief, okay? I have had white gay men tell me that they don't date black men, and they don't do this, or they won't date you, or they'll say horrible things. You can go on profiles and see no blacks. So please, let's not change the narrative about looting and vandalism. People are angry, and I'm angry, but there is a right and a wrong way to do it. But unfortunately, if you look in our history books, we have been marching, we have been praying, we have been asking, and it's still continuing to happen. I don't care who you are a human being, and you would be pissed the hell off. And when it happens over and over and over and over again, and you keep turning on your television, you see the same stuff with no change, yeah, some people are gonna get upset and start acting out. But I also have written that this is a learned behavior. They hung my ancestors. They burnt their churches, their homes. They sprayed them with water. They shot the one peaceful leader we did have and assassinated him. So this is all learned behavior over decades and decades and decades. So please stop saying that, oh my God, this shouldn't be happening, and oh my God, why is this happening? Well, then you need to go back to school and look at a history book. I love everybody. My best friend is white, and he stands tall and strong, and he has been witness to it. I have been this man's friend for 29 years. I know there are good people in the world, but some of those good people have been quiet, and they have been quiet too long. And this is to my Caucasian brothers and sisters, and I have been very proud of a lot of you. Y'all have stood up with us. Y'all are protecting us. Y'all are locking arms so that we don't get, and now the police are pushing you. How ironic. And then you have a man in the White House who antagonizes this whole situation and makes it worse and made white supremacist okay. It made it okay. And it brought everything to the surface. You know, we had the Stonewall riots as a gay black man. We have that in our history. So stop looking at this storyboard and changing the narrative, because I believe that's what is a problem with this particular situation, racism, is that every time something happens, our counterparts change the narrative. You can watch it on the media, you can watch it all day long. Everyone changes the narrative. And it has to stop. Let's call a thing a thing, as Iyanla Vanzant says. Call a thing a thing. This is brutality against black and brown people. That does not say that all cops are evil or bad. I have family members that are cops, and they protect both black, white, brown, Chinese. They protect them all. You know, I had a conversation with my father. He fought in Vietnam for this country, and he was in discrimination times, and he was alive when Martin Luther King was killed. And I asked him, how do you feel? And he says, I don't know the answers, Corey, but I am almost 70-something years old, and I'm still seeing this happening, and it's frustrating. And as my father said, he said, well, I just feel that maybe this black cop should patrol black neighborhoods for a while. And I said, well, doesn't that take us back to discrimination? He said, well, I don't know the answers, Corey, but maybe that they have a relatability, and maybe this could slow down this hatred amongst the force. And I'm very happy that I saw officers on their knee in solidarity, but there is this code that they have that they don't tattletale on each other. I know snitches or whatever get stitches, I don't know. That's some dumb ass rule. Because if your parents raised you right and you see something being done wrong to a human being, it is your right to say something. Just like Ice-T said, he posted, you will be willing to arrest hundreds of protesters, but not 3 of your own. That is telling. And it's upsetting, it's frustrating, and it's wrong. And I don't know what else we can do. I will say to all those out here that are nervous, we are still in a pandemic, okay? There are ways for all of us to stand up. If you're sitting at home and you're saying, I don't know what to do, I don't know what to do either. But I'm an only child to my mother, and I cannot risk being killed or hurt or out there. I have other underlying illnesses that I do not need to be out there protesting. So what do? Is I use my platforms like a video. I am a writer. I write. I pray. I'm a prayer warrior. I need all of you to look in your arsenal of your creative talents and figure out, write a song, post a video. Keep getting this message out. Y'all post about the Real Housewives of Atlanta all day long. Y'all post about you got all the half-naked boys on your websites. Well, this is the opportunity to put black faces on your pages, put black people in your mind, put black people in your words in your song, and stand up for us, because it's time for this shit to stop. It's just frustrating to me. I have never been so frustrated. And I grew up around a collective of everyone, black, white, brown, and I would say in the late 80s, 90s, we got along. But somebody came in, swooshed in, and changed that narrative and made it vicious, ugly, nasty. Well, if you want to say that he made great again, well, you know what? He might have, because you know what? He might have brought all this shit up that was dig deep and down and dirty and nasty. And now it's at the surface. And now we all got to deal with it. Because if you turn your back on this situation, white and all the white gay guys that I know, I ain't seen a post yet who I've slept with. I see you. And I'm over it. Because y'all will put, and I, not to be graphic, but I posted it. Some of these white gay guys put black dicks in their mouths, but they are not saying a damn word. Absolutely nothing. And it's aggravating. Now I have another set that I do notice, and I'm proud of y'all. I'm truly, truly thankful as a black man for any white person in this country who has common sense, who just watched a man on a video for the whole world to see get killed, murdered. And please don't change that narrative either, because that's what they're going to try to do. It's damn shame already they are getting third-degree murder and manslaughter. It should be first degree. Because he put his fucking knee on his neck. It's time for the nonsense to stop. I'm tired of everybody changing narratives. I'm tired of people just overlooking and just making it about looting and vandalism and violence. Yes, that's all wrong. But if you could wear this and you have to constantly be panicky that you can't wear a black hoodie outside because you might be shot, or you can't carry your phone up in your hand because it's black, because a cop might think it's a gun, you don't have to. If you don't have to deal with that, then you don't support or understand why we are mad, then something is wrong with you. Because you don't have, my Caucasian brothers and sisters never have to worry about that thing whatsoever. And I am tired. And as you can hear, I'm frustrated. And I am a person that I've experienced racism, and I chuck it down as that this is just the way of the world, and I gotta deal with it. Yes, I've said that. I've had to deal with it. I just deal with it. And is that fair to me? That every day that my mother has to be worried that her son, because he's black and brown, that he might not come home? That's not fair to her. And she raised a decent black man. And there's many decent black men in this country, across, more than you will ever imagine. But the media has distorted that truth. We're smart, we have education, we have homes, we take care of our families, we do all that. We're great sons, we're great mothers, we're all that and more. And none of you believe that. Some of you don't believe that. Because they keep trying to just destroy the good that we do have. And we had to build that good. All the good black men and women here that still want to have change in the world are built on a foundation that has torn us down so badly that I don't understand why you can't understand why these people are pissed the fuck off. And as you can see, I'm pissed. I just ask that you please do not change the narrative of what is currently going on. Because what you then do is you dilute the truth. The truth is that racism is ugly and rearing its head in our country, and if you don't see it, then you're just turning a blind eye. And I have no time for turning a blind eye. I too have turned a blind eye, and I'm sorry I did, because maybe we might not have been here. But now I'm no longer turning a blind eye. Get your asses off your ass. Do what you can. Prayer warriors start praying. Writers start writing. Singers start singing. Doing all these videos, talking about it. And y'all doing all this other stuff about the Real Housewives all day long. A RuPaul Drag Race. Get off your ass and talk about racism. I'm not saying do it every day, all day long, but you need to do it. This is the opportunity and the time to do it. And you should be using your platform, and we all have a platform. So get up and do something. Stand up for us, because we need you right now. And please stop talking about violence and looting and stuff. I know it's all wrong, but let's not keep changing the narrative. I keep saying that because it just annoys me. They're just these talking heads. Y'all talk, double talk. Stop doing that double talk. It's annoying. It's so annoying, and that's why I didn't do a video for the last couple of days. Because one, I was angry, then I wanted to cry, then I was just like, I don't want to talk to nobody, and then just you want to crawl as a black person. I just want to crawl in a hole. I'm scared of cops. I'm going to publicly say that I am scared of cops. I don't care if you're a good one or a bad one. Sorry, because all the bad ones made the good ones. I'm scared of y'all because of the bad ones. Scared to call the cops. I have a damn neighbor that is a racist. I know he is. And I can't even call the cops when he plays his TV so loud because I'm scared that he's going to turn that story on me. So I have to live in agony. Y'all it's just so, y'all are so, this so situation has made me want to just explode. But I know that I have to take my heed to my beliefs is that violence and anger does not solve anything. I'm not a protester. I'm just not that person, but I have talents. I have a platform. I know how to write. I know how to talk. And I'm going to use my God's talents to say something because I have been silent too long and now I'm saying something. Wow. I think that was a good rant, don't you think? Anyway, whatever you do, please use your platforms wisely. It does make a difference. And get out here and vote. I swear, y'all need to get out here and vote. And like Cardi B said, you can vote for district attorneys and all this stuff. We need to really start. And I listened to Cardi B and I said, well, damn, some of this is my fault. I didn't vote for those win the primaries, the preliminaries, and all that. I need to get my ass out here and vote. And a person of black excellence like I am, I need to do better. And hopefully you will do too for my black brothers and sisters. Stop saying that you ain't gonna vote and you don't like who you don't like. Y'all need to get out here too. Cause y'all some of the problems too. Cause y'all got Obama and y'all washed your hands after Obama. I can talk about y'all too. Anyway, this rant has been fulfilling. I feel good. Got that off my chest. Anyway, remember, whatever you do, spread love to everyone that you see and know. I don't care to my Caucasian brothers, when you see a black person, just ask them, how are they doing? My neighbor did that yesterday, and I could hear it in his voice. He said, how you doing? You okay? And I said, yes, I'm okay, and thank you for asking. And how are you? And that made me feel good, because I knew that he understood our plight. He might not be standing on the front lines, but he is in a neighborhood that he understands. And what I would also say to all my black and brown family members, not my personal, but yes, it's to y'all too, pick up the phone and call your black brothers and sisters and say, are you okay? And really, it's primarily a black man. Call them and ask them, are you mentally okay? This is frustrating, it's traumatizing, it's scary for us. Because we are the ones mainly getting killed. And I challenge you to stop hiding and give love to those black men and women at home and make sure they're mentally okay. Because this is where the anger is coming, because they don't know how to get it out and let people know that they are loved. And my white brothers and sisters, pick up a phone and call your friends who are black and make sure that they are mentally okay. Don't ignore the fact that this shit is going on and it's not going to affect them. Just because you see them living in a certain lifestyle or living a certain way that is acceptable to certain standards of society does not mean that they are not in agony or in pain. Pick up the damn phone and call your black friends, and just make sure they're okay. I'm signing off. Thank you for tuning in to Kitchen Table Talk. I did do a chat with Eve from Ready for Pleasure. We're trying to upload it. It's so damn long to upload. And we talk about sex toys because it's time to talk about some fun stuff. But I will be using my platform from now on to talk about issues that affect me. And it's important for me to do that because as a black man, I'm just sad and scared. Anyway. You guys have a great day.